It was found beneath the Byzantine floor in the left room. So the context there was totally mixed. Most of the material was Herodian, but there was here and there also Byzantine shards and even coins. So actually, I don't know when this is from. It's very rare because alabaster in general is very rare. And up to probably 5-10 years ago, every time they found alabaster in Israel, they say this is an import from Egypt because that's the closest source of alabaster, natural alabaster we knew up to a few years ago. And sometimes even surprisingly large architectural elements or huge water basins made of alabaster, sometimes in churches, sometimes even in Herodian contexts, were thought to be imported from Egypt. And it was a big question, was it imported as is, like already finished, or was it a block that was imported and then finished here? And about, again, I think 5-10 years ago, a survey in the Hebrew University, the Department of Geography, there's a unit which is called Hamerkaz Lecheker Me'arot, the Center for the Research of Caves underground. And Azriel, who worked here 2 weeks ago, he worked with them, and quite a few archaeologists worked with them because the underground world preserves, as you know today, preserves usually beautiful stuff, unlike in buildings where there's rebuilding and stratigraphy, and usually you find everything crushed. So in caves and chambers underground, many times you found intact things. In any case, so they belong to the geography department, and the head of that is a geologist. So he has a different issue, but he works together many times with archaeologists, and they did a survey in a cave which is near Beit Shemesh. Beit Shemesh is, let's say, midway between Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, and there's a cave called the Twin Cave, Me'arat HaTe'umim, and it's a natural cave, very complicated, very, very deep. So they mapped it, they surveyed it, and they found amazing archaeological finds inside. So first of all, they found that during the Bar Kokhba revolt, people found refugee deep in the cave. We're talking about you had to climb down with ropes or ladders or something to underground cavities really, really deep. And they found their hoards of Bar Kokhba coins, silver coins, very impressive and very exciting. Weapons. So that was one period which was represented very richly. And then they found later period, let's say the late Roman period, where there seemed to be some cultic activity in that cave, maybe connected to the cult of Demeter and Persephone. I won't go into the mythological details, but they found numerous intact plants which were hidden in different cracks in the cave, and coins and different things which were probably some sort of a ritual for the underground gods. At the end of the survey, they found deep in the cave a layer of this shiny rock formation, which turned out eventually to, after they ran a chemical test, to be alabaster. So today we know we have natural alabaster, not only in Egypt, but also in Israel. And actually they found some sort of a small quarry in that cave underground. So today we have to rethink all our conclusions about commercial connections, importing architectural elements or raw material from Egypt, when apparently a lot of it is actually local. So people, at least probably from the Second Temple period onwards, probably knew about this natural rock formation which is deep in the cave, and probably brought from there these chunks of rock to produce architectural elements, church furniture, basins, cups. So I don't know, who knows? This may come from Egypt, this may come from Beit Shemesh, okay? Which I know it's less impressing, but it's also interesting. Sometimes it can help like understand how in the world did they bring, or why in the world did they bring such a vessel for hundreds of kilometers over the Sinai desert, which doesn't make a lot of sense. If it maybe came from close by, it's about 30 kilometers from here, which is, so that's the story of this. Again, I don't know, a bowl or cup or something, which probably was something like this. By the way, when you pass it through, you can see these lines, which are not colored. It's a natural. It's like the veins of the rock, different minerals inside. So the guy who produced this followed this natural vein in order to produce this decoration all around, which is really amazing.